I just watched. How did I just watch that long? I just watched like 70 minutes of the first 2024 presidential debate against Trump and Biden. And how would I summarize it? Trump is Lex Luthor, and Biden is like one of those error pages you get, like the 404 error page. Trump sounds like a supervillain, and Biden sounds asleep. I don't want to say asleep because, like, I'm not pulling a Sleepy Joe thing here. Look, aside from them, it just sucks that it's clear that like one president is more. You're gonna reap more benefits from in the economy with Trump. It seems that's like the rhetoric, right? I'm not saying I believe this, and then you're gonna get more fucking social rights with Biden. Like that seems to be the rhetoric, right? Joe's economy is terrible. Biden's social, or God, I can't talk. Biden's economy is terrible, and Trump's social regime is just backwards. Who the fuck knows, man? All I know is like. It's crazy because, like, I voted for Joe Biden in 2020, and I voted for Donald Trump in 2016, which I have gone on record saying I'm ashamed for, you know? And that, I felt that way for a couple of reasons, like the judges he picked, and then by he, I mean Trump, and just the entire January 6th election situation. I think that's like one of the worst things a president has done in terms of like the process or like the honor of the office is not understanding how a mail-in fucking ballot works and going on record saying you don't believe in the election. I just think it's fucked. But he's also just a shitbag, and it was pretty cringy. He was like the boomer's poster child, right? It was just kind of sad going back home to Ohio, where like 90% of the people I knew in their Under Armour polo shirts said they couldn't wait for Trump to be back. It's a bit cringy, okay? So I felt ashamed of it. And obviously in 2020, things were just so fucked when it comes to the state of the world at the time. I'm running around, I'm ranting. In 2020, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement was really at a height that was making waves in the media, right? Like it was turning into a lot of friendly protests and peaceful protests, but also riots. And then there was police brutality getting insanely out of hand. The fuck else happened that summer? Like, it wasn't just the George Floyd fucking tragedy, but things just needed to calm the fuck down, is what I'm saying. Like, it felt like the president and the government, well, Trump. What am I talking? It was Trump. Felt like he was inciting just so much hostility, or at least he was allowing it to continue. I mean, say what you want about, like, you know, W. Bush or, like, Barack Obama. They weren't ones to just, like, openly or toxically, or maybe they just weren't as trashy about it, and I'm just stupid for saying this. They didn't blatantly fan the flames of toxicity and not getting along, right? Like I feel like like Trump was basically throwing a tantrum out the door when his presidency ended, and like that's what everyone wanted to go away, regardless. Even many people I know who are Republicans at the time in the end of 2020, with what was going on with COVID and the handling of racial issues, you know, Trump the Bible upside down, and the National Guard being called in a certain thing. Yet there were groups that were actually rioting, and there was all this nonsense with the FCC. I think people, if anything, really wanted to change, and half the people, for pretty good reasons, really didn't like Donald Trump, right? I mean, he was just like going bananas on Twitter every day, blatantly lying. And I'm not saying Democrats don't lie. They're like the biggest liars in the world, the organization. I mean, the DNC. The RNC and DNC are terrible people. They've taken 30 issues and put them into two different buckets, given us the illusion of choice, and given us two dudes who wear diapers to be our presidents, but I digress. It's just, I think people wanted things to calm the fuck down, especially me. And it was like, all right, let's get Biden in there. Let's get someone who believes in climate change in here, right? Let's get someone who believes in health and trusting doctors and science. Like, that was really important. among many other reasons. Something I was really against in Trump's presidency was the handling of the border camps. Right? Like Biden's border crisis is fucked, but I also just I was so against the fucking border camps. So there was many reasons I just did not like Trump continuing as president, his Supreme Court selections. But here's what the problem is. Here's what's fucked up. Because, like, I'm sitting here looking at these two options, and I'm going to vote for Biden, unfortunately. I'm not happy about it, but, like, I can't vote for somebody who could put more conservative judgment on the board and bring Christianity into a public school room. And it just sucks because, like, look at the failure that Biden's actually done. He's saying he's going to allow Roe v. Wade to get worse. My response, and Trump didn't say this, I'd be like, how did you allow this to happen? How did you have the Senate floor, a majority in the House, plenty of pull in Congress, and a presidency, and you weren't able to, like, get this under control? And again, it's Trump's fault for putting these two extremely conservative judges in the Supreme Court. Has way too much power, but also sometimes it's important. It's just there's so many issues that kind of domino, like politics in America. For my friends across the pond, they're like the attribute points there, right? Like, and all the different houses have different skills, and all those houses handle different things, right? We got like the House, we got the Senate, we got local government, we got big government, we got lobbyists, and we got investments that are being made and insider trading, and we have groups that are led by the people, and we have people, small city councils. All those things make up the state of the government. And so, like, there's this weird thing going on about how, you know, when we look at the Roe v. Wade situation, how Trump put in two just pretty shitty, unfortunate picks into the Supreme Court, and then how Biden is in office when a lot of these things unfolded. There's obviously cause and effect to everything, right? It took a long time for those laws to start to become passed, and Trump would have been long out of office regardless. So it's just it's interesting that when you look at the Biden presidency, and it really is sad because I'm someone who fucking loved Joe Biden in the 2000s and I guess early 2010s. It looks like he kind of just was belly up. It looks like he just kind of rolled over, you know. A really, really mismanaged departure from Iraq, and student loan debt was just smoke being blown in all of our asses, and the economy's terrible, but that's obviously not his fault. But at the same time, he endorsed a lot of things during the COVID situation that pretty much fucked our economy. And now we're looking at COVID from a very different, you know, benefit of hindsight sort of POV. I guess, like, the main question is, like, how are we choosing the guy who was just president, that got impeached and convicted of felonies, and the guy who was just president and has, like, the worst economy in, since the Great Depression? How are those two dudes allowed to do this, dude? These guys can get, like, these guys pay like $1 at coffee. I'm thinking of the senior discount. I think there should be a main retirement age. All right, I gotta stop thinking of this. This election fucked me up, or this fucking debate fucked me up, bro. We need to make these cats retire. Why couldn't we just? I would have voted for like a Beto or a Bernie Sanders, or I can't think of any old Republicans that I would vote for. Sorry, I am progressive. Pretty liberal, but so I'm not voting for anybody who's just gonna like side with the NRA or like fucking mega church companies. But there's surely some, like, gotta be some politicians the RNC or DNC could have fucking found or even created. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, if we can keep, it's insane to me that, like, the DNC, I saw an article the other day from some old chick in CNN, CSNBC, or fucking NBC. Forget which one it was. And I usually think this woman's such an amazing author. Called her an old chick, but I usually think she's a really great author. And like, it showed me how old people are just very outdated in their opinions, obviously. But like, it's just anyway. She said that like with Biden losing, it was something like favorability, or with Biden losing steam, is Hillary Clinton our answer? Quote, is Hillary Clinton the answer? Question mark. And it's just like the forehead slap I gave myself. I was like, are you serious? Like, she already lost to the same guy. It's like being like, holy shit, is Jeb Bush the answer? Is Mitt Romney the answer? It's just, it's so cringy to me. It's like, how about we get someone that's just like not a career politician on either side? People that like aren't playing this game. It's just, I don't know if it's possible, right? I just don't think it's. I mean, it's shown us that it's not possible. That the people who are going to either have the favorability. I mean, Trump is a passionate fan base. So it's like, unfortunately, he's like a people's president. Like, the people aren't choosing Joe Biden. It's really sad to see him have to go through this. And by people, I mean like people like me, or people who have, a lot of Democrat social issues, and they're very passionate about it. We're not sitting here wanting Joe Biden slurring his words on stage. Like, it sucks. It like sucks to see. Like, Joe Biden was someone I really dug his style while he was vice president. Do what you will with that. But like, I really like the way he carried himself. So it just sucks to see him kind of dragged through the mud. I mean, like, regardless of what I think of him as president now, and I think he's not great, but like that's an understatement. I don't want to see him just being put through this shit, man. It really sucks to see him being put through the street, like this arguable elder abuse. What is going on? What? Oh yeah, I'm in a video game. I should stop talking about politics. But I can't. It's kind of fascinating. It's kind of fascinating to think about, and it's sad, I guess, too. It's fascinating from like just a philosophical standpoint when it comes like how media plays a role in this. How the illusion of choice has just never been more apparent. Because like the people of America are all on. We're so connected. We're more connected now than we ever have been with social media and smartphone culture. That's again why these old people of today are just so behind us now more than ever. Because like the turn of the century, it will do that, right? It'll come with technologies and advancements that just are a little too much for the old people now, right? But anyway, it's crazy that we have people who are, young people especially, who are able to be on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Reddit. But we know what the fuck is going on. We're able to film it, document it, write about it, be wrong about it, theorize about it. Sure, there's downsides, but my point is we're connected, right? And it's a lot harder for people to get away with slimy shit. Like we're able to call people out on bullshit, and they still prevail. Trump can be up there getting fact-checked out the ass. Biden can be up there not even talking. And everybody's sitting here going, what is going on? like we're all mad about it. I don't think anybody... Even Republicans would be like, yeah, we'd probably just rather have somebody who is more favorable to both sides, right? I think the appeal to Trump, to his viewers, that he comes off to them like he's not full of shit. He's not full of shit in the way Democratic politicians are full of shit, but he is very fucking full of shit. He's a master bullshitter. He's not a master businessman, he's a master bullshitter. And he's convinced a lot of Americans that that's not the case, right? And then you have Biden, and no one wants that. So, we have this illusion of choice, I guess, in this country. Because you can get on TikTok. You can get on TikTok. You can get on TikTok, the app the government's trying to ban. And you're all disappointed and concerned. Right? You gotta know, I guess there's rhetoric to consider, right? Like... people pick sides and people get blindly passionate, and like even what I'm saying right now, you can very rightfully say I'm just full of shit. It's like this will probably age terribly, like whatever I'm saying. Like opinions change. Like 8 years ago I voted for Trump, and 4 years behind it. Like things change. But as I grow older, I just realize that like the American government is pretty rigged and unconcerned with people, but they like it's a lot more convenient to stay busy and have our citizens be arguing on social media over every issue in two buckets, or have talk show hosts and stupid tabloid magazines and things that just keep everybody busy. It just our culture that's just kind of thrives on toxicity. It keeps us distracted from actually getting anything done and being able to do reform, and that's why it's really hard for revolutionary ideas to break through. There's a lot of fucking red tape in America, man. A lot of noise. But I was sitting here before the school started, just in shock, thinking about that too. Just like you were just able to get married if you were gay. Just able to do that. That is fucking insane that it took that long. It's fucking insane, really, that we gave a fuck. I don't think it's cool if you're a homophobe. I think it's pretty. I think you have a big misunderstanding about sexuality, and that's disappointing. And it's arguably even really shitty of you or hateful of you, right? Like but I was gonna say, regardless of your stance, I'm not condemning homophobia, or I'm not. I am condemning it. I'm not like just giving it a pass. I'm just saying, like, if you're someone who's a bit squeamish about it, let's say, like, take my grandpa. Like, I don't. My grandpa's a bad example because he was kind of not super into gay people. He was a bad example. Let's take someone. Your grandpa, right? He might not hate gay people, but he doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand gayness, right? But he doesn't hate them, right? Why did it take so long for people just to have fucking rights? And it's not even just rights, it's getting married. What is wrong with straight people, dude? And I am a straight person, so I guess what I mean is, like, what is wrong with straight, like, boomers? And, like, why were we so insecure that we prevented people from getting married in same sex? Like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, dude? Like, if I was someone... queer person. I have many friends who identifies what the L, the G, the B, the T. But like, if I was homophobic, I wouldn't waste my time trying to prevent people from getting married. It's just like those fucking saps who stand in front of the Planned Parenthoods with their megaphones. Like, there has never, ever, ever been more of a type of person who needs to get a light as much as that. I'm just like, how bad is your life that you feel genuinely compelled to go yell at young women at a fucking Planned Parenthood on your day off? I presume. Like, I don't know if you're getting paid. You are. It's weird gig. It's a weird job, shitty job of you to do. I just. What? People need to mind their own fucking business and just be, like, kind. Hunter Burris. Right? Oh god, there's a lot of shit. But, like, for real, though, people just need to mind their own fucking business. Be kind, though. Like, if you're not into something, and you feel like you have your reasons, that's cool, but, like, it's really tricky in this country. Like, there's some things where I'm like, if you're not into something, you're misinformed. Abortion. People who are just blank slate anti-abortion, like, you can't, like, you're 6 weeks or that's it, like, you're misinformed. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a right to your opinion, and I'm not saying that I know more about abortion than you do. God, the abortion stream. But fucking, like, science is science, man. I'm not gonna sit here and try to preach to, you know, pro-lifers. But like, I just, why are we trying to take things away from people? Why are we so passionate about that? We're not as passionate about other issues like climate change are helping out adoption. Let's stay on subject. Helping out adoption centers have more funding. Why aren't all those motherfuckers with the megaphones just pouring in their money to adoption centers? Or why aren't they doing it themselves? If they're so fucking pro-life, they really stand in front of a place and yell at a stranger who might just be going in to get her fucking uterus looked at. Like, she's probably not even getting an abortion. It's Planned Parenthood, dude. It's like, Jesus Christ. Who the fuck, what woman is not on birth control? Planned Parenthood, like 80% of their fucking business is from just birth control supply. We're against that? We're gonna go stand in the cold with a megaphone instead of spending time with friends or family, getting a hobby. We're gonna go yell at people, call them shitty, and try to take away something? It's just... Anyway, I'm revved up, dude. I hate the election cycle. That's why I hopped on Elden Ring to kill some shadow people. I hate it, man. Illusion of choice bullshit. We got two crappy options. The rhetoric of the country is you go with a president who will, favor your wallet, or you go with a president who will favor rights. I mean, Jesus Christ, these are both pretty fucking important. Depending on who you ask, there's validity to. It's a multi-complex sort of issue where we're given a light switch on, light switch off, this or that situation. Like what? You got inflation and climate change and Roe v. Wade and education and how much it costs and the job market crisis and fucking fake news issues and gas prices and foreign wars and corruption, and you're gonna ask us to pick red or blue? Like, like red pill, blue pill, bro? Like, I want to make money and let gay people fucking marry who they like. Like, what? I want my family who lives in the middle of the sticks to be able to have a shotgun, and I think people should be able to. I think my family who lives in the sticks should be able to have a shotgun, and you shouldn't be able to have a gun unless you're just declared sane. Wow, what a concept. I don't think the founders knew about AR-15s. Can we just stop saying that, dude? It took like 30 seconds. It took, I think, like a minute to shoot like 50 yards in front of you. What was the equivalent of like a hot acorn. Somebody. And now you can walk in and just ice 200 motherfuckers in a movie theater. Like, before the movie even starts. Like a minute. It's fucked. Like, I don't know. That's the issue. Like, and like, I respect so many people's like opinions and the fact that like, there are, like, I know people who are like actual gun enthusiasts. Like, they just love collecting guns. And like, that is their fucking thing. And they were raised into that. And it's like, at the end of the day, do I think, like, if it means school shootings going down, that less guns, I don't want to, like, tell someone that their passions aren't important. Like, most of the people that are, like, most of these, like, loony birds at these NRA conventions, and they're not the ones going in and shooting schools, but they're the ones allowing an environment, perhaps, and they're being complacent to this environment that is occurring in the United States when it comes to gun control, right? I'm not a big gun guy. I shot a gun for the first time, like, a year ago. I got the gun everyone's all fucking crazy passionate about, the AR-15, the one where, like, I'm like, oh, surely this thing's gonna give me a rush. I mean, this is the thing we refuse to get rid of, despite children being slaughtered by them. This thing must be super sick. This thing must be super sick. That was boring. Dude, it was boring! Like, no one's going out hunting fucking elk with that thing, right? It's the right to bear arms is all about survival against the government. First of all, the government would nuke your ass. Second of all, like, no one's... collectors and people who are just gun enthusiasts are the ones shooting AR-15s, and then maniacs, right? A small percentage of those being actual maniacs. It's just... I was really let down when I shot the AR-15. I was expecting... Now, my expectations were very, very high. I went 28 years on this earth without shooting a gun. And this is the one you hear everybody being like, it's the modern musket. This gun's very important. It's advanced. military tech should have. I don't know. I like candy. Some of these ridiculous statements. Right? Like, unless you're the kind of guys like my buddies, like some of my buddies, who live in like West Virginia, and like all they have to keep their life fucking interesting is by collecting different AR-15s and snipers and shotguns, and then going out and hunting their fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Unless you're those fucking guys, why? What? It's a weird hill to be dying on, you know? Weird hill to be dying on when like literal children are dying in their classrooms. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, why can't we just make it a little harder? Like, the people who are freaking out about their guns getting taken away, they're not the ones that are gonna like be infringed at all with, you know, stricter regulation. Like, you're cool, bro. Like, you're a historically, like, you've been a gun owner for how long? You're a collector, even? Oh, a licensed hunter. Like, you're not mentally insane. Oh, great. Like, why? Most of the people, and this is an insane statement, perhaps, but like 95% of the people at the NRA, they would get along just fine. I know it sounds crazy with more regulated gun laws. They would get a gun license just like I can get a car license. Like, it's not hard. Like, it wouldn't bother me that much, but it's like, if you're someone who's just had like no criminal history and no history of violence, you know, it's a pretty good medical record, like, you're not gonna have an issue. If you're someone who you literally depend, like, your occupation is a hunter, like, dude, we don't want these creeps, man. like you can still have your fucking NRA convention. You can still circle jerk with a bunch of, you know, AR. Like, that's not going away. But what would definitely go down? School shootings. No more Alice training. No more like having to tell your like 7-year-old kid, hey, you're gonna throw a textbook at the guy with an AK-47. Like, it'd be nice to reduce that. It's not gonna stop it completely, right? But it's just like, I don't know why no one just calmly tells these NRA people that, rather than being like, you're letting kids die. Like, why does nobody just be like, yo, you guys can keep doing this shit. Like, it's not you we're after. You guys can keep fucking masturbating to your Uzis and your rifles and all that shit. You can go to the gun range, have a gay old time. But psychos shouldn't be able to do this, so we're gonna make it difficult for them to be able to do this. And like, I know there's still people out there who are like, a gun, you have just a right to a gun as you do oxygen. But let's live in fucking reality, okay? I know we have a lot, and it's sacred. But like, it's like if we change one, we'll change them all. Like, I believe in slippery slopes, but it's like, let's just live in practicality, okay? Like, about the guns our founders were using and their understanding of technology versus the right to free speech. But again, I get the fear of slippery slopes. It'll be interesting to see how like my generation votes on that issue, because like, it's also worth considering that like, if you're under like 35 or 40, you haven't really known a war-torn America, where like people you know fighting a hard war. I guess maybe 35 is too old of an age because of the Iraq War, but it might have something to do with why so many people that are above that. It's like, we grew up in social media, being able to have many different conflicting opinions at once, and fact-checking, and then fact-checking the fact-checking, and also not fighting in a fucking war, and knowing how corrupt and our government is, studying fucking media. I don't know. Am I going in a loop? I just think it's crazy that it's such a hard issue to settle with people. Like, you can keep your shit. I went and shot that gun and was just so let down. I gotta go shoot like a hand... I gotta go shoot a hand cannon, dude. Where the fuck am I? I'm under the castle. Fuck. Holy shit. I'm under the fucking castle. Dude, I need to go shoot like a Rick Grimes gun. Like, do you remember that? The dude was carrying around straight, like... like, what the fuck was that, dude? Oh my god, they were literal hand cannons. Oh, I didn't get... Come on. This guy's like, holy shit! Fuck it. Oh, the debate riled me up so much, dude. I hate election season. There's just some things that really baffle me. It baffles me that people just give a shit. Like, I'm trying to think of something I'm against and I just can't. I'm against Christianity in schools. Right? I'm very of the mind that religion is very stupid and fucking toxic and ultimately, and most importantly, untrue. So, in the end, I think just by definition does more harm than good. Personally, but especially objectively in a learning institution. So, I'm not going to sit here and like spend all my fucking time on trying to stop private Christian schools from existing. From, you know, like, I'm not going to like ban all my friends who are fucking, they believe in God. Like, raise their kids that way. I'm not going to write letters to the family. Like, my kids wanted to become religious. I would just have to fucking, have to learn to live with it. It would suck. I don't know if I ever would, but like, Buddhism is okay. Everything else, I'd just be like, really? Really? I'm not having kids anyway, fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna, like, put all my time and energy into perfection. Now, when it comes to something that's, like, fair game and to the public, I just think if you're gonna teach religion, you gotta teach it all. And you gotta have equal representation of those religions and non-religion. If it's a public institution. But I digress, right? I digress! Why do so many people put their energy in this blocking shit? Why were gay people just now recently allowed to get married, bro? Who the fuck cares? Why are you letting, like... They're in love, man. Let them do it. How does it affect your marriage? Is your marriage less special because, like, gayness makes you uncomfortable? That says more about your marriage and your insecurity than whether or not gay people are good or not. It's none of your fucking business. Man. What else has just recently... Man, dude, pot. I'm ripping a big old bong right now. Fuck. I have a best friend. One of the closest people in the fucking world to me. It's basically like a brother to me, this one. Who went to prison for selling kush. Went to fucking prison. In fact, the place we lived in... I'm not going to say what the place is. It's a very... the shitty-ass school system in town we lived in was so backwards-minded and so ready to just rally against this kid who was paying his mom's fucking mortgage. They were so... And again, I'm not going to say who these people are, but, like... They were so just scared and against me for that rhetoric of, like, how fucking bad weed is. They tried this 17-year-old as an adult and sent him to prison. Now he's fucking thriving, living life, smoking legal pot, by the way. And it's with a good job, good people. Like, I just... Now you can go in a fucking deli and buy weed. My friend went to prison for it. Meanwhile, I'm prescribed on, like, fucking Adderall, made by Pfizer, and then I'm on fucking citalopram, made by an Odora, or whatever the fucking other bullshit company is. Like, I'm on, you know, lobby-backed, politician-backed, pharmaceutical-backed drugs that I need to function, and there's no issue there, and, like, we have an opioid crisis in America, but people can't poke a J. My friend goes to prison. Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's the kind of, like, people are like, we gotta own the libs. I'm like, look, if you're not... I get that, like, hyper-liberal people are fucking annoying. Just as nonsensical. But, like, if you're against people's rights, like, you just got, like, you're a shitty person, man. I'm not gonna sit here and cry, you're shitty! Like, don't really give a fuck about you. I don't really think about you. I don't think about these stupid fucking people who are intolerant. So it's always just so shocking and surprising how effective they are. These minute, insuperior fucking people, man. And I'm not saying I'm better than these people. I'm not saying these people aren't good neighbors, are probably great at their job. I'm just saying it sucks that they're dedicating energy to stopping people from doing something that is inherently harmless to others. That is natural. And then, like, again, it can go too far in, like, the direction of, like, alright, like, you're a really shitty male tennis player, well, go change your sex and now you're the best women's tennis player in the world. That's a complicated issue. It also shows just how dumb gender is and that we just shouldn't have gender. Like, if you take away, you have males sports and you have women's sports. You have male leagues and women's leagues. But, like, if you look at, like, world record, like, those sports that are, like, record-based, fucking lifting, swimming, rowing, whatever, so many, you know, Olympic sports. Why do we need to have men's and women's? Or at least in terms of, like, the records. I'm not saying about who they should be competing against. It's like, if we just remove gender from the conversation, is what I'm saying, it'll still be the same list of world records, right? Like, it'll mostly be dominated by men, but then you can go, it's like, alright, now let's go after men. It's just like, be inclusive, put trans people in it, but don't fucking let them be... This is what's complicated, like, you got like a woman who's spent her entire life being the best, let's say, swimmer in the world, like that woman from fucking UK, or the University of Kentucky or whatever. And all of a sudden, just a person who's transitioned. I'm not gonna be like some dude comes in. It's like a person who's transitioned that also has spent their whole life on this sport, but now they're just like they're marginally better than the other person. It's not as much that there's an issue. I don't really have an issue with the trans woman competing in sports as much as I do like we need to account for the degree of difference that is now doing to all your existing records in the way in which we measure success for these athletes, these women athletes, because, like, if I'm the best female squatter in the world and now a trans woman is squatting with me, I'm no longer the best female squatter in the world, sure, but not just that, by, like, a marginal amount. And it's like, that's important. I think the rules need to be adjusted to take that into account. I'm not going to sit here and have an answer for what we should do. I'm not that smart. I don't know. I don't know the first thing about trans issues, or even sports for that matter. I don't give a fuck about sports, really. I just don't. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, don't let them compete! You know? I would never say that. It's definitely more interesting. It's shaking things up! But no, for real, it's what do you do? What do you do there? I'm just saying that it gets too far, it goes too far on each issue. If that's, I don't want to keep using trans issues because like I think again people should be able to do whatever they want. But it's like when Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year, like that's hilarious. Oh really? How many periods have you suffered, Caitlyn Jenner? How many times? How many years compared to other women who have done better things? Where you feel unsafe to live in a city as a woman, right? I just think that's insane. But like, it's also bold and fucking ferocious. I remember it, right? I don't remember the other. Here I am saying that. Like I couldn't name another Woman of the Year unless it's like a Shot in the Dark with Michelle Obama or like fucking Amelia Earhart. So it's like, you know, there's just women I know that have great significance and relevance historically. But like, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite there, but it's just like insane that that's what happened. It's all I'm thinking about right now. I need to like focus on what I'm doing. I'm out here in Yellowtown. Where the fuck am I? Everything is yellow. Everything is yellow. It's glowing yellow. I'm out here in Yellowtown. I'm gonna have a Yellowtown time. Alright. Let's do something cool, since I've just been running around talking about fucking my political views somewhat. Which is just probably... This probably was like nails on a chalkboard. For how long are we at right now? 39 minutes. Nails on a chalkboard. Probably me talking about this. Anyway, the debate was tonight. Lex Luthor and a senile guy. That's like basically what it was, man. I don't know. We go in there and flip a coin. I'm gonna be like, "Hey Siri, flip a coin," and then you're in the voter booth. But no, I'm probably voting for Diaper Biden again. I hate it. I mean, I'm probably voting for his vice president because he's probably gonna kick the fucking bucket soon. I don't even, no disrespect, Joey, but you're gonna kick the bucket soon. Just fight, just natural phenomena. It's not a threat. Like, just by like how most people, based off everybody else, you're not living out this southern term unless you just are one of the few. And based on how you're talking, then I don't think you're one of those few. So you're basically voting for his VP. Who's his fucking VP? I don't even know who his VP is. I mean, I don't want to have children. I think women should be able to get an abortion. But no, in all seriousness, I don't think women should be blocked from making a decision like that. I think climate change is like the biggest issue right now. And I don't like climate change, and I also don't like paying student loans. So it's like, to someone who's not a fucking Christian in this country, voting Democrat just seems to benefit me more often than not. But man, I am hating this inflation. It sucks. Because, like, if you look at the stats, really, every time a Democratic president has been in office for their first term, they've actually done a lot for the economy. See Bill Clinton in the 90s. See Obama after the stock market crash. It usually helps the economy. Probably gonna vote for fucking Biden. Dude is so old. I don't even know how old he is. He looks like an alien, dude. He looks like an alien in disguise as an old guy. He's so old, it sucks. Donald Trump's equally old, but dude, they're both diaper wearing babies. You got a dude who's like going over like a spray tans. Game show host. Tricked the entire Rust Belt that he's Jesus. The dude tricked basically like everybody I grew up knowing. Continuing my old self into thinking that he's just like, I'm the people. I'm the people's billionaire. Oh, people are so fucking stupid. God, stupidity is where the passion is. I mean, God, dude, look, that's just God and country. It riles people up more than like climate. Unless you're like Greta fucking. Where the fuck that child fucking kid is, I don't know. Where the fuck am I? Look at these weeping willows. Fuck dogs. Fuck you, dogs. Oh yeah, you wanna get some doggy? How about that? You're going to the pound. Going Homeward Bound. Remember Homeward Bound, guys? Remember that movie? Where the fuck is this anyway? Morith Ruins. Man. This map is gnarly large. You know what's really great about the maps in this game is if you look at this, you'd be like, that's not a very big amount of space. If you removed all the icons, I don't know if I can do that. Can I remove the icons? This would be a really cool experiment real quick. I doubt it. If you were to just view this little strip of land, right? You wouldn't think it was like the largest map ever. You'd be like, oh, I have this area to hang out in, cool, and I have this area. Dude, walking from like this to that takes time. This map is awesome because like all maps, all great maps, It shrinks it down, man. It's not to scale. The shit is not to scale at all. They made a fucking video game map that looks like it's right out of the fucking George R. R. Martin's ass, dude. This is some Tolkien shit. George crapped it out of his ass. So the map is humongous, is what I'm saying, guys. It's pretty fucking bazooka bubblegum. Oh, doggies? Talk about bark. Talk about that bark, huh? Talk about being a dead... I'm not anti-dog. Jesus Christ, I sound like I'm so anti-dog. I had a dog for about 11 years. His name was Kona. He was a very cute... What was he? We called him a Zushan, so he was a Shih Tzu and a Bichon. How do you pronounce that? Bichon Frise! A Zushan, which is super cool, if you ask me. What is that noise? Oh, is this the dragon fight taking place over here? I came across like a dragon. Yeah, the ghost breath dragon. So dragon's over here. I should label that for now. Nope. Marker. See, this looks more like a dragon, but like it's definitely death. But this, the dragon one. All right, so I don't want to go fuck with the dragon right now. I'm just gonna open the map up. That's what I want to do. I want to open the map up. So I must head this way. Is it number 1? Yes, it is. All right. But wait, fuck that. We need to go to up the road first. So 2. How the fuck are we gonna get over there? This presents a bit of an issue, friends. Alright. We'll figure it out at 2. We'll figure it out at 2. Because who knows how we're gonna manage to even get over there. Hold up, my headphones just went fucking berserk on me for a moment. There we go. I have these Quiet Comforts by Bose, and when I'm streaming I have them set to aware, so they're not completely noise canceling. It doesn't sound like I'm just it's really trippy when you're doing like a stream or you're like talking to somebody with noise canceling headphones on, because you're completely tone deaf. You're completely deaf. You can't hear what you're saying. So at least with the Bose Quiet Comfort series, whatever these are. Alright, I'll fucking What? What are you doing, guy? See, that guy, that's a dog, that's an anti-dog guy. Like, that guy, I fucking hate this thing. I hate this. I've been paired with him all day. Keeps taking dumps all over the place. Alright, so here's the road. Oh, there it is. There's the next one. Got you already. Alright. The scale of the game, right? It's nuts. Alright. Big fall! Big fall. We gotta get down there somehow. That's where the fucking map is. That's unfortunate, guys. That's a big distance down. That is, that's fucked. How are we gonna get down there, guys? Let's figure that out now. Crazy this game exists. Crazy this game exists. Oh, look at this. A dead sunflower. What I've always wanted. A shadow sunflower. Let's read about it. Let's see what that's all about. What's your deal? Found near the... these flowers, veiled in shadow and covered in impenetrable thorns, are suffused with profound holiness, much akin to the scarred tree itself. What about you? Already got you? Bless Bone Shard. A blessing such as this is said to be the greatest honor that can be granted to the dead. Well, fuck them, they're dead. Fuck them. I love it when... Vicky boy, when he says fuck him. And Michelle, I love it when that, the one who never shows his face, when he says fuck him. That guy's a riot. He films the episodes himself with 3 cameras. At the same time. Get a load of this guy. Incredible. Real talented, that guy. Alright. Fuck me. Found a new place. I'm back. And I found a brand new place. Oh, one of you? Get fucked. What are you doing here? Alright. You dickhead. You got no head. You're dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. You know what? It feels good for one of you to actually be intimidating again. You fucking suckers. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and disappear. I don't give a fuck. It feels good that you guys are actually scary again. That didn't feel too great. But it feels good that I'm like, I can actually walk up to you and be scared that you're gonna kill me. It's been a long time. It's been like 2 years since I felt this. Just chill. Chill. You know, I mean, who's watching? Who's watching? Kerjack already knows you're not shit. Oh, that one almost... Oh, with the pull-out game? I didn't expect this guy to have pull-out game. Good. This guy's not for abortion. No, but for real, that guy pulling out of the sword fucked me up. That was nuts. Someone else? I'll take my shit, thanks. You know, I'm just gonna avoid you, you know, no reason to, you know, be the hostility, you know. Just gonna go over here and not shit my pants. Alright, how do we... So that waterfall... is... can we go down here? Do it. Yes! Yeah! Fuck yeah! Michelle, I love it when he says, fuck yeah! I love that, like, how meta being 29 and 2024 is, where my humor while streaming is humor I kind of obtained through watching streaming. That's just the Game Grumps Obama bit. Like, alright. But it's just kind of like how you'll grow up watching, like my parents' generation, they grew up watching, like, John Hughes movies, Jim Carrey, Saturday Night Live, and that really shapes the way they joke with each other. Man, watching Game Grumps and Super Mega really shaped my humor. Look at this fucking place. Alright, am I getting any closer to the map? I'm not. I'm getting further from it. Wait, I've been over here? course I have. Problem is getting down there. That's right, that's right. Well, we'll figure it out. Who cares? We're here now. We're in this place, and we got a map for this place, so it's not sure what it's called. What is this place called? It's a brand new area. Ryan's right. This really is just like greatest hits. It's like, you get a legacy dungeon, and you get a legacy dungeon, and you get a oh wait, I've been here. I just took the back door. God, I am zonked right now. Oh. I've already been here, man. I've been all up in this. This is where I fight really, really difficult lady. She's nuts. I'm gonna fight this guy. Where is he? This is just the entrance to the castle? Oh, I feel so painfully stupid right now. Well, it's... You got a lot of health. I'm good. I'm good. Come get me. Yeah, come on. Come and get me! See ya. I'm alive.